This is Weekend Deal, that gift, that amazing gift that keeps on giving. Every weekend, Saturdays and Sundays, we are here focused on you, just like today. First off, we say big thanks to the First Lady of the Federal Republic of Nigeria for this beautiful attire. This is how we're dressed to celebrate gallantly our great amazing country called Nigeria. Thank you, Mama Tinubu. It's an honor and a privilege to be dressed in such amazing colors that embody our great country, Nigeria. Weekend Deal today is talking about your wellness, and ours, of course, is about health, wellness, and well-being. Researchers say fill your cup first before you can fill that of others. Because if you are not well, you can't help your family, you can't help your associates, you can't even work at optimal capacity. Also, wellness and well-being is not a destination. It's not a journey, sorry. It's not a destination, I mean to say, it's a journey. It's a lifestyle you must imbibe every day of your life. My name is Thelma Obaze. I'm not alone. As we talk nutrition, mental health, and exercise, it's always a lovely experience to welcome Princess. In great health, though. Princess in health and wealth. Patience, Eloy.
You see how I'm staring at you? You look amazing, Thelma. You look amazing.
Good health doesn't hide, though, from
honestly,
in out.
it doesn't. It doesn't. Oh, yes. Today it's all about wellness and well-being. Now, the question here is, what exactly is well-being? What's the definition of the word wellness first? And then they say wellness is a state of being in good health, especially as an actively pursued goal. Actively pursued goal would only mean that you must be intentional about your health. Make good choices for your diet, exercises, and everything. And then well-being is said to be brother. That is, it encompasses everything, mental health and all. Whether you are happy with the way you are, the things that you do, your choices you've made, are you happy with them? Don't worry, today we are going to be delving deep into this topic as we do here. If it is important to you or to us as individuals or to our nation, we will deal. And that's why we are here, weekend in, weekend out. It is your favorite weekend show, Weekend Deal, coming to you from the network service of the NTA. My name is Patience Eloy Abba. Weekend Deal. Welcome back. If you're just joining us, it is Weekend Deal, and this weekend is all about your well-being, your wellness. Thelma told you about a young gymnast that is going to wow us. She has an amazing story, but first, let's see her perform. Kira, take it away.
Kira is ready for sure.
Kira, come,
Way
please.
to
Sit,
go,
sit, sit, sit.
Kira. Aren't you just amazing?
Amazing.
Darling.
Kira, we love you. Well done.
Oh,
Wow.
I hope we didn't wake you up too early today.
We did. Apparently, we did. Kira, how old are you? 7 years old.
Wow. Mama, people are wondering, what does Kira eat?
Okay, don't worry.
Okay, yeah.
Let's take the background.
Francis put something together talking with Dr. Susan, and she's talking about what we eat, how much water we consume, are we getting enough rest and relaxation? And they talk about sleep. How many hours? Francis, I know there's more. Please share.
I tell everybody I love, just have a formula for a sickness-free life. The body does not like to be tossed up and down. Maybe today you wake up at 12, then you eat at midnight, then you wake up at 6 a.m. because you're already so tired and filled with cortisol and inflamed. You don't feel like eating, then you skip breakfast, etc. So number one, your breakfast should be consistent. It's either you're a breakfast person or you're not a breakfast person. A second thing that you can actually do is sleeping. Sleeping is a complete medicine. There's so many repair programs that God has put in the body while you're sleeping. So there's a lot of cleansing program in the body. There's a lot of repair, and you rest and come back because you're like a machine. If you keep running your car non-stop and you don't stop after like 48 hours or 24 hours, I mean, what do you think is going to happen to the machine? It's going to break. So that's why sleep is a complete medicine as a preventive measure. And the question will be, how many hours? As if you don't know how much sleep you need in your body. When you sleep well, you will know. So for some, it's a range. So, it's 8 hours. No, it's not 8 hours. It's a range. Somewhere around, the studied number, it's 7 hours. Obviously, it's plus or minus. But once you sleep beyond 9 to 10 hours, it actually causes sickness. So undersleep is bad, and oversleeping is bad. So these are small things that you have control over. Naturally, we talk about movement. I don't want to talk about exercise because people don't like exercise. Move the body so that things can circulate and go back and forth and stuff like that. So you have to move the body. And then there's this connection between the mind and the body. So in that space, we all know that we came from somewhere. There's this other spiritual thing that is around. And if you don't key into it, you'll be suffering from anxiety. Your heart, your mind is always shaking. And that can increase stress levels in the body. You see the BP will start coming up. Let me give you the biggest advice and the only birthday gift I give to my friends. I give you a card or enough money to do your medical checkup. So on your birthday gift to yourself is, let me see how I am when I'm 40. How am I when I'm 41? So if you're doing annual checkup, fix it on your birthday. So you know that, oh wow, this is a progression and you already know your body. Do you understand? Step by step. Or you can do 2 times a year if you're like above 40 and above, especially for men, for their prostates and all of that. Anytime you go into a hospital, before they start any medicine, they put drip. Sometimes just the fluids, the patient is up. So what does that tell you? That when you're dehydrated, like you've already killed yourself, really. So I feel that we should pay attention to the food when we eat the food to make sure we have adequate amount of water in the body. You have to deliberately adopt a lifestyle or modify your lifestyle that will encourage that. You should take your vaccines on time. You should do your lab tests on time. you should have a doctor friend who will guide you on modification, and then embrace the ones that you have control over, such as drinking your water, sleeping, eating, exercising, and the whole 9 yards.
Our focus on Weekend Deal today will be on wellness and well-being, overall health in Nigeria.
Thank you so much, Frances. And like Dr. Susan said, we should go the whole 9 yards as far as wellness is concerned. Now, I'm still in awe of our young gymnast. I don't even know if she's a cross between a contortionist and a gymnast. Amazing stuff. But they are here to tell us the story, so I'm excited. You're welcome to the Weekend Deal Studios.
Thank you.
Okay, Mom, your name is...
Barrister Nelly.
Oh, Barrister Nelly.
Yes.
And Kira, tell us your name. I want to hear your voice.
Speak
Kira
up.
Odi Ojong.
Oh, Kira Odi Ojong. How did this start? How did this journey begin?
She was born very flexible, and I remember when she was born and they told me, oh, this is a condition. So I was thinking there was really a defect, and then after a while I discovered that this could just be some sort of, flexibility. And somebody told me you can watch TVs and see contortionists, and I discovered her moves were the same with what I saw others. And they said gymnastics, I'm not too familiar with all of that. And then boom, that was it. And immediately we discovered it's a beautiful thing, and then she got glued to it, and then we started doing it.
What does she eat? What does Kira eat?
She eats the regular Nigerian meal.
Just like her brother?
Yes, but we are not into junks at all. So we just do the regular Nigerian meal.
Oh, good.
You know, we have Simone Biles in America, and what Simone is doing in her 20s, Kira has surpassed.
Honestly.
So if you need to monitor her well and get her continuously exercising and watching the likes of Simone. We see her in the Olympics.
I see her already.
Thank
you. Baby Kira, what do you want to do with this you're doing? Where do you want to see yourself? Do you have any dreams? Tell us your dreams, baby.
To be a doctor.
Oh, not to be a doctor.
So
this talent of this you're doing, what will you do with it?
Doctors go for Olympics too.
What do you want to go to Olympics and represent Nigeria and win gold medals for Nigeria?
America.
Okay, is that why she's wearing the doctor's coat?
Yes.
So see us here playing the future like Simone Biles, and you're here wearing your
You
coat.
want to go to
But you
America
know what?
to be a
We wish you
gymnast. Speak
well.
up. Say it.
I want to go to America to be a gymnast.
Yes, so you can be a doctor. That it doesn't stop you. I think there's this athlete right now who just got her doctorate degree, and she ran for America. I think she's an American. So I mean, nothing stops you.
So your profession and your hustle, this is your passion.
This
will
is
be
the
like your
passion.
side hustle.
Yes.
And if eventually you see that you win one medal after another, who knows?
You can put down your
Now begin
stethoscope.
to train more young people.
Yeah, I'm a lawyer and I am an artist. So I think that's where, here in Nigeria, you must have a career.
Before
a passion.
Yes.
So I'm a lawyer and I'm an artist, and I exhibit my I'm a painter. Yes, I exhibit my paintings everywhere. So sometimes they watch me. I go to the office, come back, and I do my paintings. So
it runs in the family.
Yes.
So she wants to be a doctor and a gymnast.
Yes.
Amazing stuff.
And good
stuff.
thing, she being a doctor, she will able to understand her body, her bones,
Yes.
know how to stretch, and also help other young people.
But again, I want to see there are some mothers who may have kids like this.
Very well.
They bring out, they give birth to these children and they are confused and they don't know what is going on.
Very well.
So did she hit her milestones? Like when it was time for her to work, she started working? Or what? How was it?
Okay,
Just talk a bit about
very
her
well.
birth.
That is a very wonderful question, because when she was young, sitting was a problem. Yes. Walking was a problem. So I had to believe what the doctors said. That's because I don't know if I'm not a doctor, maybe because of the flexibility of her body and all of that. So when children walk at 1, she walked at 1 year and 8 months. Almost 2.
So before then, she was crawling.
She was crawling.
And then twisting all over the place.
Yes.
But she was eating well.
She had difficulty in eating. So I had to force her to eat. But what we never did, because of how I was raised, no junk food at all. So I think part of it is our Nigerian meals that help straighten her bones, irons and all that. So we don't know pizza, we don't know...
Till date.
It was scantily.
Nigerian parents, before you stopping your own from becoming what is this pizza and ice cream?
Yeah, we don't do that.
Eat your fufu, eat your swallow, eat your beautiful vegetable
Very
soup,
well.
and you know,
Make it
know
a
what I'm
balanced
saying?
diet.
Very
As
true.
far as it's a balanced diet.
And okoho soup.
Yes, and
yes.
that's a balanced
My director
diet.
said okoho soup.
Good one.
Yes.
Yes, I see your eyes. It's moving. Okoho soup.
Okoho soup.
I'm sure it has vegetable and nutrients in
Yes.
it. We want to thank you very
Thank you
much for
so
coming
much.
on Weekend Deal,
Thank
Barrister
you.
Nelly.
Thank
And
you.
Kira, we want to see more of you. Okay?
Yes.
When your partner is well, when your partner is well, both of you will come again.
Okay.
Okay?
Thank
and
you.
then we know we'll see more displays. Okay?
thank you.
Keep
Say thank
making
you.
Nigerians proud. And young children like you. Okay?
Yes.
Thank
Let's
you.
give it
And
up
well
for
done, Mommy
Kira.
Mary. You're amazing.
Thank
Both of
you.
are
Thank
amazing.
you. Thank you.
Okay, we're going to Mina now. There's more talk about wellness and well-being. And who knows, do we have another Kira over there? Please take it away.
Until they go to
Health is wealth. Our wellness starts with what we eat. Across Nigeria, the traditional diet, rich in local ingredients, is giving way to modern eating habits, often less nutritious.
In the modern way now, you can see modern method of cooking, increase in use of microwave ovens. Processed food are on the increase. We take a lot of canned foods too. Most of them are canned food. So if you look at it, and most of these have effects on the nutrient. And we also have increase in use of GMOs. GMOs are genetically grown food and animals. A lot of research is going on because they have been involved in things like allergy. We've also seen them being having complicated in issues of cancer.
But a balanced diet is key to overall well-being. Our bodies need a mix of proteins, carbohydrates, vitamins, and minerals to function at their best.
You're talking of something good. You see, the way the body is structured is like the food itself is classified into groups, and this group have a role they play in the body. Each of these group has the role it plays. Some are there to supply you with energy. Some are there to repair damaged cells. Some are there for metabolic process. You understand? So it's really important that the body should get all the classes of food so that each of these classes of food will play the role it's required.
In Nigeria, many face challenges in achieving this balance. Affordability, accessibility, and awareness stand in the way of a healthy diet.
Easily, people often say economy. But I mean, as a dietitian, I always say not economy. Because all this, what we have mentioned now, vitamins, minerals that we can get, protein, we can get it from fish, meat, egg, soybean, and cowpea. That is the source of protein. Then vitamins, we have a lot of vegetables. Minerals, there are some vegetables that contain fruits and vegetables that contain all those minerals. And they will have them locally available. But how do we assess them? We feel it's big money. The little money you can have all this as a small bite. These are food that you don't need to consume to satisfy your stomach, because they are not staple foods. Staple food are rice, yam, and so on and so forth. But these are things that are needed in the body in a little quantity, but very necessary.
Families should come up with family garden, community garden, household garden. We cannot run away from the fact that you need to give the body adequate food required for you to get optimal nutritional status.
The path to wellness is clear: a balanced diet, informed choices, and a commitment to health. For a healthier tomorrow, let's start with what's on our plates today.
Okay, so welcome back to the studios. We have our first guest here. I'm excited to introduce to you a senior consultant and cardiologist and head of cardiology at the National Hospital. He is, and he's also the Secretary General of Nigerian Hypertension Society. He is Dr. Ola Fason. You're welcome. Let's see his profile, and then you meet the doctor.
Hey, you're welcome to Weekend Deal.
Thank you for having me.
You're welcome,
Great,
sir.
you know, to capture Dr. Fasoem, it was a big deal. So this long journey, thank God he finally brought us here. Always great to see you. Always, and we hear of the amazing work you're doing, talking about cardiology. Today, our focus on Weekend Deal is wellness and well-being.
Yeah.
Just like we saw young Kira come do some amazing things here, Nigerians want to know, when we talk about cardiology, what exactly are we talking about?
Well, in simple terms, cardiology is just that specialty of internal medicine that deals with problems associated with the heart and the blood vessels.
Okay.
So when we talk about cardiology, we are talking about issues that affect the heart in itself. For instance, heart attack, heart failure, or conditions that predispose to problems of the heart like hypertension, cholesterol problems, the other risk factors, or even structural problems of the heart, which could be hole in the heart or valvular disease or cardiomyopathies. So sometimes even problems that affect the covering of the heart, and that could be seen in what we call pericarditis. That covering is called the pericardium. So inflammation or infection or disease of that pericardium can also occur. And of course, problems of the vessels. Hypertension also comes in there. There are other issues like vasculitis, inflammation that damages the vessels, and sometimes even obstruction of the vessels, which sometimes lead to gangrene, atherosclerosis, oftentimes because of blockages in the arteries, and that can lead to anything in the brain, stroke, in the heart attack, in the limbs, gangrene and amputation. So many problems.
Okay. Doctor, there's been something going on in Nigeria recently. I'm sure you're aware. The rate at which Nigerians are slumming and dying. It's becoming. First, we thought there was an age, bracket.
Yeah.
But now you see a youth court member playing football, standing and waiting for his turn or something, slumps and die. A young woman. It's now cutting across all age grades. What exactly is going on? Okay. Why are Nigerian hearts failing?
So let me say this. The fact is that all over the world, cardiovascular diseases account for 30% of all deaths. Cardiovascular diseases account for 30% of all deaths. So it's actually number one cause of death. That said, in this part of the world, I will also say that we now have an increasing trend in cardiovascular diseases. That's number two.
Is there something we're not doing right?
Well, I think it's the way of the world. I mean, the more a society gets acculturated, urbanized, and westernized, these things tend to accumulate as well. Maybe we'll explain those things as the program goes on. Then, of course, there are people who have an inherited condition or inherited conditions.
Genetic.
Some genetic, some are not, but inherited conditions that eventually lead to some problem when people get older, and it can lead to sudden death. Some of those inherited conditions can have structural effect on the heart. Some of them can have electrical problem on the heart, because the heart is likened to a car. There is a mechanical part, there is an electrical part. The heart is exactly like that. So the heart can have structural problem, the heart can have electrical problem. Sometimes it's a combination of the two, and a lot of those conditions are inherited. Some happen as the heart gets damaged. The electrical problems can also happen, even though people didn't. Some might not have inherited anything, but if the heart, for instance, starts getting enlarged, most of the time they start having electrical problem because there's a structural damage to the path. Because the electrical activity in the heart also follows a path, just like the national grid,
No. What ought we to look out for? Are there symptoms?
So these conditions, we actually call them silent killers. I'm sure that's where that phrase is coming from. Because if, for instance, if we have high blood pressure now, you will know.
If
my
I'm not
BP might
checking.
be 200, 180, right?
But it is
120.
not, though. I beg, we checked last week. It is not, though. We checked.
A lot of these conditions people don't know. You will only get to know when complications have arisen. So, for instance, if someone has high blood pressure, and the person hasn't bothered to check the blood pressure, or probably hasn't bothered, even if he knows he or she hasn't bothered to take the medications, and the blood pressure is always up. A time will come when the end organs, the target organs, meaning the organs that blood pressure damages, the kidneys, the heart, the vessels, will start having issues. So let's take the heart, for instance. The heart will start thickening up. Even at that time, the person will know. Eventually, the heart will dilate and it will fail. And when that failure comes, all that person will tell you is that, if I walk a little distance, I can't breathe well. If I climb stairs, I have to stop somewhere along the line. I can't go one flight of stairs at a go. Then you think, oh, this heart is failing. So it is at that point that people will now say this person is sick. But he's been sick like 20 years before.
Oh my goodness.
The rate at which people come down with strokes now, you'll be amazed. There are times in my department, if you admit 10 patients overnight, 4, 5 or 6 will be strokes. And then you'll be wondering, and the core direct relationship to that stroke is high blood pressure.
We like Dr. Fasson, yes, good friend of the house. He came in with gist, keeping us informed. But there are steps you can take so that we can parley like this. If you take those steps, like Enugu has been doing, talking about exercise and physical fitness, you may not get to that advanced stage where you will hear the news and you run away. Enugu, you did the work. Please share what you found.
The human body is designed for constant movement. This movement, in turn, keeps the body healthy and balanced. The need for this balance is the reason for exercise, which is performed for various reasons, including weight loss, maintenance aid, strength, improved health, or simply for fun.
In physical well-being, you discover that people who are on the big size, people who are on the plus size, they are usually asked to exercise to reduce the chance of having hypertension, chance of having diabetes, and other issues. So exercise is good, and WHO actually said for you to survive, we need about 75 to 150 minutes of exercise for an adult per week. Doing aerobic and then taking a walk.
Health is wealth. Health is really wealth. It's easy to build, but to unbuild what you have built is a problem. So the essence of getting healthy is pure exercise.
When I come here, I walk or jog or run. So I'm practicing cardio exercises so I can lose weight and stay healthy.
Beyond our physical health exercises, the mental, psychological, and emotional health are also very key to our general well-being, and this can be jeopardized without adequate exercise.
Exercise will help you to have a strong mentality. Exercise will help you to fight a lot of mental issues, depression, and the rest of them. Exercise will keep your emotion very high. Happy moments, when you're sad, go and exercise. It's going to take a lot of anxiety off from your head. So anything that can, make you feel unbalanced, exercise can balance it.
So benefits of exercise: your brain is sharp, you're healthier, you are a good neighbor. Because when you're healthy, you can come out and do stuff. You're a good grandma, you are a good mother, you're a good lover, you're just happy neighbor. Hey, bye. This way. Go.
You know quite clearly that when you exercise, some hormones are released, something like endorphin. These are good for mood relaxation. People that exercise will not tell you that after you exercise, they tend to even sleep better off. For people that exercise, we know that it helps in alleviating depression. Why? When you get out to exercise, you meet a lot of people, you talk with them, social interaction, you have social networking, and that will actually enable you, to build a better life.
Of note also is the fact that the amount of exercise that is suitable for the body varies from person to person and is also age related.
Definitely you are advised to get an instructor who should take you step by step until you build your stamina. You don't just get up because they say go and exercise. You run 100-meter dash in 5 seconds.
If you're into bodybuilding, you're meant to be resting your muscles when it's necessary. Maybe 3 to 5 times a week is enough. If you're aging, maybe from 50 and above, 3 times a week is enough, and it's going to be mild as well. Senior citizens, there are some kind of exercise that are recommended: taking a walk, riding a stationary bicycle, dancing, swimming. This is a very good cardiovascular exercise that can keep your heart pumping at all times. For the children as well, dancing is also good, swimming is also good. Then some aerobics cardio workouts is also good for kids as well.
9, 10, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
The importance of exercise cannot be overemphasized, as it is a constant tonic to the overall well-being of every individual.
Okay, welcome back. Exercise, way to go. But doctor has something interesting to say about what we just watched. So doctor, take it from there.
Thank you. So, of course, we all know that exercise has many good parts. Yeah. It's the way to fitness, heart healthy.
Yes.
Exercise makes the heart healthy, makes us watch out. It keeps us at optimum weights. We use exercise to do that. It helps our blood sugar control, increase blood flow to the brain. It reduces the chance of having dementia. So many things attributed. It even helps on the long run to reduce cholesterol level and other things. But I must sound a note of warning to Nigerians. Exercise is not totally without harm. It's not totally innocuous. So it's good to exercise, but if you are going to embark on an exercise program, it's good to start slow.
The likes of Dr. Fasson.
Start slow, assess, see a doctor, get assessed, be sure that you don't. I'll give an example. There's a patient of mine who plays football regularly. He's my friend, actually, my good friend. And one day, he just came to me and said, Doc, I want to do an assessment, and cardiovascular assessment. And when I checked this guy, I'm sure if he's watching now, when I examined him, I scanned his heart and all that, I found out that he had an inherited problem of the muscle of the heart.
God.
And the muscle is very thick. And if he had continued playing football, someday he could have just fallen there and died. So I had to tell him, sorry, you can't play football again. The best you can do is trek. And I had to place him on medication. We call that condition hypertrophic cardiomyopathy. Is a genetically inherited condition. It's an autosomal dominant condition. Some people have them, even amongst us in Nigeria. So you cannot just embark, like I see 40s, 50-year-old guys, chubby, plumpy, playing football, believing they're exercising. You need to be careful. Blood pressure, you must check your BP. If your BP is 140, 150 and above, you must see a doctor, get a control before you do
before you start any form of such high intensity.
And when you start,
exercise.
really, one size does not fit all for exercise. For physical fitness, all we advise is between 2.5 to 3.5 hours of exercise every week, which you can split. But to lose weight, you need to do much more than that. You need to do up to 7 hours of exercise per week. And we know that people who are on the big side, when they embark on exercise, if they don't take it easy, they develop injuries. So as you do that, you cut down your carbs, cut down your calories, and take it slowly, so that over the next 6 weeks, 2 months, 3 months, you gradually build up your stamina before you can start doing more intense things. But usually we just advise mild to moderate intensity exercises.
Dayo from Abuja writes, hello doctor, you talk about a hole in the heart. How can a 1-year-old child have a hole in the heart? Why?
Okay, that one is not that is not a big deal. If anyone that has a hole in the heart, that 1 year, 10 years, 20 years, it means it's a congenital problem. All the time, almost all the time. That means that person was born with it. There are reasons why that happens. For instance, I was saying some time yesterday that if a child is born with Down syndrome, I'm sure we all know Down syndrome is a chromosomal abnormality. Over 70% of them will have some form of hole in the heart, either what we call an ASD or a VSD. The good thing is that I can say this boldly. The surgery is available in Nigeria now, done by Nigerians. Success rate is fantastic.
Wow.
Free?
It can't be free.
How can it be
That's
free?
why you wouldn't like Thelma
But
again.
the fees are far cheaper than going abroad, because the good thing is that some of these centers, they have philanthropists that support them. They have foundations that support them. So in last week, for instance, Lagos State University, there is one doctor there, fantastic guy called Dr. Falashe. He's done so much of these things. In Ife, there is Dr. Uvie, who is doing fantastically well. These are all, there are so many other people. I'm just mentioning two.
So when you are ailing from something, don't sit down and say, I don't have money.
Yeah.
Seek out information that will be a plus for you and those in your family or those who have that health challenge. A second break back on some weekend deal. It's all about your health and your well-being. Dr. Fasson is here to the program and said he wants to go. He's not going anywhere. The program will end. He will help Nigerians today with good information so that we will improve our health-seeking behavior. We'll take that break. We'll be right back. Don't go away.
Welcome back to Weekend Deal. It's all about wellness. Our doctor is still in the house and your messages are coming in their numbers. I will take this one from Nasarawa, Uma from Nasarawa. And doctor, she says, good morning, doctor. Please don't call us. Send in your messages. Don't call us. It says, good morning, doctor. Please tell us more about cholesterol. Uma from Nasarawa State.
That's a fantastic question, actually.
Imagine.
Okay, so let's briefly just explain what cholesterol is. Cholesterol is a substance, we call them lipids, that normally our body needs. For instance, the male hormone, the female hormones, they are made from cholesterol. Even part of the sweat that comes, the oil that is on our skin that keeps our skin lush, is made partly from that. All the coverings of the cells in our body, the nerves in the brain, they are made from cholesterol. So I need people to know that cholesterol in itself is not bad. We need it. Where it is a problem is when it is in excess in the body.
Oh my goodness.
And that is where the issue is. Anything in excess is trouble. True. So when it is in excess, what then happens is that a number of processes start causing those cholesterol to cause a reaction in the vessels and create what we call a plaque, like a lump inside the lumen of the artery. And once that lump starts building up, because if the person doesn't know that the cholesterol is high and starts building up over years, actually, one day it can block that artery. It will just rupture and cause a block, and if it happens in the brain, stroke.
Aneurysm.
If it happens in the heart, heart attack.
Heart attack. Now the next thing, how can we prevent it from getting to that stage?
Cut down on red meat. It's because of the saturated fat.
So that you can be safe.
And we say eat more fish because the oil in fish is
omega 3 or something
that your body needs.
That we buy.
We call them polyunsaturated fatty acid. That unsaturated fatty acid, the liver can never make cholesterol from it. So you are still getting oil, but the liver cannot make cholesterol from it. So that's why we say eat more fish, that kind of thing. But red meat has saturated fat.
So they say keep it
which
in moderation.
The liver can make cholesterol from. And if you eat much of that, you have more cholesterol in your blood. Our children need nutrients. They need healthy food. You need balanced diet. You need everything. I've just told you that we need cholesterol in our body plus other things. But it is in excess that's the problem.
So everybody, moderation, even when you're young.
And unfortunately, parents these days are not even helping matters. They want to impress their kids. They are showing that you know what they say about new money, old money. New money, some parents are just making money in their lives. They won't let their children rest. They must buy them pizza, buy them bring ice cream, take them out.
We need to be
so
wise,
you see childhood obesity is even on the rise.
Our messages, like I said, is coming in. Somebody said, how do I deal with BP with or without drugs? That's from Benin. Another one says, from Port Harcourt, I have serious pains at the back of my neck, dragging up to my head, all over my body. This is Kingsley from Port Harcourt. And then, oh goodness, I wasn't going to read that on national TV, sorry. I am a caterer, and I walk a lot, and then I breathe. I cannot climb stairs without breathing very fast. That is from Shaba in Zaria. Please stop calling us so that I can read your messages. And good morning. I want to confirm from the amiable doctor, what is the cause of stool in the blood? From TK from Warri. And
the cause of blood in the stool.
The cause of blood in the stool. And then somebody said, can I deal with BP without taking drugs? Nigerians don't like drugs.
Okay, so let's talk about blood pressure. Ordinarily, I also want to give a background. If you take a census of Nigerians 100 years ago, barely you hardly find 1% to 2% of Nigerians being hypertensive. But today, 3 to 4 out of every 10 Nigerian is hypertensive. Many things have changed.
Yeah.
Once you become hypertensive, the management is two-pronged. Almost all the time. Lifestyle modification and medication. Almost all the time, a patient will need medication. Once you qualify for medication in blood pressure, then you need to be on it. Because first, the most cases of hypertension that we have all over the world, we cannot identify a cause in 90 to 95% of people all over the world. It's only in roughly 5 to 10% of people that we can identify the cause. So for instance, if someone suddenly has kidney damage from something else, maybe toxic kidney damage, maybe a person took a herbal medication or had an infection that damaged the kidney. Once the kidney damage is damaged, over time the person will become hypertensive. Most people in the world who have hypertension, 90 to 95%, we don't know why. It's a conglomeration of strange bedfellows, of many factors, risk factors. And I'll give you the risk factors. Obesity, poor diet, because people take too much salt in this part of the world now.
That's of stress.
So, salt is a big problem in blacks especially. Chronic stress, continuous exposure to stressful conditions can make BP go up over time. All right? Poor exercise, poor consumption of veggies and fruits.
Or a lack of.
Poor nutrition. Because we know that potassium works against sodium. Sodium increases blood pressure. Potassium reduces blood pressure. So when we advise that you should eat fruits and veggies, it's because we want you to get potassium from there. Apart from the other nutrients
that you will get.
You get potassium, which helps again to balance out the sodium and helps the blood pressure. Exercise, we've talked about exercise, it helps to reduce blood pressure. Now, when you do, if someone is sedentary, for instance, the risk of hypertension is there. Smoking, cigarette smoking, hypertension. Excessive alcohol intake, hypertension. So if we put all this together, then we tell the patient, can you cut down this, can you stop that, can you exercise more regularly, can you eat more fruits and vegetables, can you sleep better, can you have a good sleep? Some people don't sleep well. And if you don't have good sleep, over time, your BP, then weight gain. Weight in itself can also disturb sleeping. Because when you are on the big side, you develop what we call sleep apnea. And with sleep apnea, you snore a lot, you twist and turn in bed, you wake up feeling groggy, headache in the morning, you feel sleepy during the day. That process does not, because all of us, when we sleep, our blood pressure goes down. Our nighttime blood pressure is 10 to 20% lower than our daytime blood pressure.
Because the body is at rest.
It's at rest. But if you're on the big side, that doesn't happen.
Because you cannot rest.
Because you are not even sleeping. You are snoring all through. You are twisting and turning. So your nighttime BP even sometimes is higher than the daytime BP.
Oh, that's dangerous.
So, and the body is pouring out a lot of adrenaline and cortisol and other hormones. So those kind of people tend to have, so those are some of the issues where when we say lose weight, it's part of it. When you're on the big side, you have obstructive sleep apnea, and that's a problem. Anyways, lifestyle modification is a major part of hypertension treatment. But in addition, medication. You must take, if you don't take your drug, you are committing suicide.
And I know that they don't want to commit suicide. So the drugs and lifestyle modification is so key.
Yeah.
And you've already said earlier that it is good to see a medical professional before you start any exercise regimen.
Exactly.
Especially if you are starting either after a long while or you've not exercised before.
At all.
Then you marry that with a fitness trainer as well, who gets the information you are bringing from your doctor, so that both of them can work in unison.
And I always advise people to come in groups, because you encourage each other. Look, there's a way this exercise thing, lifestyle thing.
The support system.
Yes, so everybody needs some form of support. I exercise regularly. I have a support system of people who are even older than me, retired directors of this and that, lawyers, that we work together. Every time we go to the lake in Abuja, and we do 10-kilometer walk, 12, 13,
I need to come and join your group. Hope I can come.
I mean, everybody's welcome. I mean, it's fantastic. And you see, there are days you don't feel like it. And they call you, where are you? We are here. You get up.
That's a support system that cares for your life.
Support system.
And your longevity.
Yeah.
Instead of women sitting down talking, go and walk out and prolong your life and take care of your family. Someone is saying here that exercise is the celebration of what your body can do and is capable of doing in the future. And it's not always punishment for what you ate. Simple, once they eat anything, they'll just run to the gym. That is not really what the essence is all about.
Now,
Patience, we're
to
about
also
to
talk about lifestyle, I need to harp on diet. Everybody should endeavor to move away from simple carbohydrates, simple sugars.
Okay, what do you mean by that?
Fizzy drinks, soft
sodas,
drinks, all those things, table sugar, even honey. I tell you this is a fact. In the past 20 years, at least 40% of world bees have died.
World bees?
Population of bees in
so
the
they cannot
world.
pollinate the...
Yes. But in the same time period, honey, the volume of honey all over the world has gone up by 60%.
So where is it coming from?
So what is happening?
Where is it coming from?
Other sources.
That's a food for thought for people to go
That's
and check.
amazing. Amazing, doctor.
So what you ingest is also very critical.
Yes, very critical.
So you need
indeed.
to cut down on all simple sugars. Even the complex ones, eat small. I've had patients that say, I grew up poor, we grew up struggling. Now that we are able to make some money, you say we shouldn't eat. Eating food
Eat with wisdom.
is not the way.
Eat with wisdom. Anyway, our wise and very professional Dr. Fason is still here as we beckon on you to stay with Weekend Deal, talking about your wellness and your well-being. But our third break is right now. We see you on the other side. Don't go away.
Okay, thank you. If you just join us, it's about well-being. Let me take your messages quickly. Somebody, Ngozi Anosike, said she's been having insomnia for so long now, and she takes drugs every weekend to sleep. What is the effect, and what would happen to her? Dave Joyce says, does fried egg still have the 200 ml of cholesterol you talked about? Okay, and then one says, my own is low blood pressure. What is the way out? Bello Tankari from Nubusa. And then, doctor, please, are there medications that can help one in alcoholic addiction and flee from it? Mrs. Ohaja Favor Oyagbo from Rivers State. So one says she's been taking sleeping drugs for so long. Every weekend she takes in order to sleep. Another one says that when he fries his egg, does the cholesterol disappear? Fear. Like when they say you beat your yam, when you pound it, you beat out the carbohydrates. Does it happen for fried egg?
Well,
what happens?
We don't know how the person fries his or her egg. If you fry without the yolk, some people fry the albumin, the white part alone. Yeah, there is no cholesterol.
Okay.
But if you fry with the yolk, obviously there is
cholesterol is there. Okay.
Yes.
We're talking about this body that you have. Only one, that you must manage it well. That's why we brought Dr. Fasson today. And in fact, this has been free knowledge, Dr. Fasson. Like I entered the classroom. Is it chemistry, biology, or the combination? But I'm thanking you, Sha. I heard of the Nigerians will also send.
Oh, God.
I know Patience has many messages. Patience, please.
Honestly, when we say join the conversation, this is what it means. Okay, I am Aliu from Kefi. I'm 25. My blood pressure rose due to thunderstorm during a rainfall. I was up for a week and dropped back to normal, which I am normal again, but not hypertensive. Although I went to the hospital and I was given BP medication. Now, whenever I go to the hospital, my BP gets high. What can I do? Yeah, say from the thunderstorm.
So I'll take that. That's a fantastic one.
Okay, I am home. I am normal. What should I do? Please, doctor, talk to me. Please, doctor. He kept saying, please, doctor.
Okay. What's the name of the
Aliu from Kefi.
Fantastic question. But I think he's trying to say that question should be coined in a different way.
Okay.
So we know, okay, so by definition, high blood pressure is simple. Simple. If you check your blood pressure in the hospital and it is 140/90 and above, is high blood pressure. However, if you check it at home, because now we advocate home checking.
Yes.
Please, I'm saying it again. We advocate home checking, meaning out of hospital blood pressure checking, because we found that out of hospital checks do better than hospital checks. So people should endeavor, if possible, to have their own small digital blood pressure machine and be able to check their BP at home.
At home.
Now,
wow.
The reason, so that now takes me to the question. The reason is that we know that about 10-15% of people, when they come to the hospital, their BP is usually higher than their normal blood pressure.
Are they apprehensive?
So there are reasons for that. Some of them are due to what we call white coat phenomenon. As long as they are within the vicinity of the hospital, if you like, check the BP 100 times, it will remain high. But as soon as they leave and they go back home, BP normalizes.
Wow.
So if such a person doesn't check the blood pressure outside the hospital, you will then misdiagnose them as being hypertensive.
Oh my goodness.
There is another group of people, once they hear hospital, their heart rate is going up like this. And with that, they are pouring out adrenaline, their BP2 will go up. We call it reactional hypertension. Those ones are easier to deal with because when they come and we check the BP, we'll see that their heart rate is up, their BP is up. As you calm them down and you check their BP again, as you calm them down, the BP will get better. So we always advise that BP must be checked more than once.
Before you can make a diagnosis.
Yes, even so the definition is simple, but making that diagnosis is not that straightforward.
Okay.
So this guy must have fallen into those kind of people who develop that reactional high blood pressure. So that when he's in the hospital, BP is
when he goes home, it is normal.
And the doctors might mistakenly...
That means he has that white coat syndrome.
or reactional hypertension. And they might mistakenly now diagnose him as hypertensive, put him on medication. Whereas when he gets home, his BP normalizes. So if he takes the medication now, when the BP is now normalized, BP goes down.
Sure, somebody just said...
But that thunderstorm thing, is it real?
No, but doctor, you have to go. But somebody said, why are you not talking about low BP? It's my problem.
Because low BP
we have 30 seconds for that.
Low BP is not an issue in it.
It says it's too low. When it's too low.
Well, we need to know what that value is.
Okay.
We don't talk about it except it's symptomatic.
Okay.
Patient will feel lightheaded, feel like groggy, feel like falling down and all that. All that will come in that area.
But it's often not the problem.
So we say that people should endeavor to check their blood pressure out of the hospital.
Out of the hospital.
There is also another group of people where when they come to the hospital, their BP is good.
Yes.
But once they go to the office or home, their BP goes up.
Somebody at home is giving them issues.
Well, I don't know. We call it maxed hypertension.
Max.
It's max, because when they come to us, their BP is good.
Okay.
But once they leave you and they go back home or office or somewhere,
That one is like village people.
Or somebody at home.
No, it's not like village people. They don't want them to
Or
get
there's a
healing.
bully in their environment.
No.
Dr. Faso,
village
it's a
people.
pleasure
or
having
putting
this
stress
chat
at
with
work.
you.
Some workplaces are very stressful.
Yes. Or some home. When you're avoiding the wahala in the home, some home issues are also stressful.
Doctor doesn't want to talk about it.
We need to thank you for coming on Weekend Deal today. Dr. Ola Fashion, you are one in a million. Ola Dikpupo. Yes, I told patients to call him Ola earlier because the name is long. But today we say, please take Dr. Ola Fashion so that we don't mispronounce it.
You need to know what that name is.
Yes, learn it. When next you come, you will tell us. And you must come again. There's a part 2. But director says we must round up the show today. Nigerians, remember your health.
In your hands.
The best wealth you can have. Don't joke with it. And you have only one body to live in and to live with. Make sure you pour all the best things into it. So we promote longevity. God bless Nigeria. Bye-bye.
Bye. We love you. Bye-bye.
Bye.